We are following up on Ohio's primary results here on your local election headquarters. The race for a U.S. Senate seat in Ohio is set.
Democrats nominating Congressman Tim Ryan, and he will face Republican nominee J.D. Vance in the November election. And joining us live now is Congressman Tim Ryan. Thank you so much for joining us, Congressman. Your primary victory was convincing. However, the general election certainly appears to be more challenging. Ohio has been leaning red in major elections, including former President Trump winning the state comfortably twice, and his support seemed to push J.D. Vance over the top in the Republican primary. So how do you overcome that apparent lean to the right, as well as Mr. Trump's popularity in Ohio, to win in November?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
I want to say that, America is not a red state. Ohio is a red, white, and blue state. Ohio is a state that is concerned about these economic issues. Ohioans are tired of the Democrat and Republican thing. And I think, look, J.D. Vance barely made it across the finish line with 30% of the Republican vote. You have 20-some% of the vote that went to Matt Dolan, who rejected Trump, rejected all of that. There's so many votes available. People are tired of the Democrat and Republican thing. I'm running as someone who loves America. J.D. Vance said America's a joke. J.D. Vance said he's not comfortable in Ohio when there's no place I'd rather be. We've got a lot of work to do in Dayton and other areas. I'm from up in the Youngstown area. We need jobs, good wages, pensions, economic security. We need to start building stuff again. That's what I've done my whole career, working with Republicans, and that's what I'm going to do in the Senate.
Yeah, the economy is certainly a big issue for many families. Inflation has caused everything from prices at the pump to the grocery checkout line to be much more expensive than a year ago. President Biden is polling poorly when it comes to the economy, and so too is Congress, which you've been a part of for many years. How do you plan on helping families make ends meet and get inflation under control?
Well, the first thing we need to do, and I'm trying to push the Biden administration the best I can, we need a tax cut for working class people, families with kids, earned income tax credit, tax cut for workers, put money in their pockets now. The squeeze is real, food, gas, other products. But what we also have to do is start making things again in the United States. I've fought all of the trade agreements over the years that sent our jobs to China. And that's where the problem is now. We have no supply chain here anymore because we're relying on China. I've taken on China my whole career, so we got to bring those supply chains back. But we also passed a bipartisan infrastructure bill, which is going to create 600,000 jobs in Ohio, many of them good union-paying jobs, building stuff, building roads, building bridges, put Buy American provisions in there so that we're using American steel and American concrete, the Intel project up in Columbus where we're manufacturing chips. So what we've got to do in the short term is a tax cut, but in the mid to long term, build stuff, electric cars, electric vehicles, electric trucks, batteries, charging stations, computer chips. These jobs are the future that pay really well, and there's no place better to be able to do that than in and around Dayton, Ohio.
Congressman, Roe v. Wade could be overturned by the end of summer if the leaked opinion becomes the final ruling of the court. That would throw abortion laws back to the state in which Ohio Governor Mike DeWine is pro-life and Ohio State House is Republican-led. That point, however, would be moot if Congress codifies abortion. Should you tackle this on Capitol Hill or leave it to the states?
Well, the scary part with the states is that in Ohio, it's an extreme position to have. Like, this is the biggest government takeover of anything in the history of the country. This is a power grab. And under what's happening now, if you were raped in Ohio and you were a woman, the laws would force you to bring that pregnancy to term. If there was rape and incest, you would have to carry that baby to term. That is an extreme position. That is the state forcing a woman who was sexually assaulted and happened to get pregnant to have to keep that and take that pregnancy to term. That's outrageous. This is a country built on freedom, and you're going to force a woman to do that. So this is a radical power grab. This is trying to control people, and I'm not for it. And I think that we need to make sure that this gets codified. This was law for so many years. And I think that's the most stable position we can have as a country.
Congressman Tim Ryan, now the Democratic nominee for the U.S. Senate election coming up this November. Appreciate your time, Congressman.
Thank you.